Facebook Live event from PHLV Radio.
Is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Well, good evening. It is August 27 and it is exactly at 10 p.m. or 10:02 p.m. on a beautiful Saturday. Kinda humid, but it's beautiful here in Los Angeles, and I'm hoping that everybody is doing well. If you're watching us in the Pacific, magandang gabi, good evening. If you're watching us in the Philippines, magandang araw ng linggo. It is 1:02 p.m. in Manila, and magandang tanghali sa inyong lahat. I hope you had a wonderful lunch. And for those people who will be watching us simultaneously across the globe, it depends on where you are. So it's good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So again, my wish is you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. And let's keep ourselves safe. And those people who are still not vaccinated, please do so and have your booster as well. It's not only for your protection, but protection not only for your family, also for your friends, and it's good for the community. Before we start, I just want to let everybody know we're live po on PHLB Radio Facebook page, as well as simultaneously we're live also on PHLB Radio YouTube channel. So if you are not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? All you have to do is like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any of the shows of PHLB Radio. These are fabulous, amazing shows. Not only my two shows, but all the shows of PHLB Radio. I definitely highly recommend it. 2 thumbs up, all the way up. Now, also, those people who are using Alexa, it's so easy. All you have to do is say, play, Alexa, play PHLB Radio. And those people who are using Amazon Fire TV, no problem at all. All you have to do is look for PHLB Radio channel. And if you are going to be listening through audio, we are simultaneously also streaming on audio on different podcasts, namely Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. And again, those people who, like especially yesterday, we had a great show with Miss Ivy Bilan, the original voice of Asia. And they call her the Song Festival Queen. No problem at all if you miss that. And other shows, all you have to do is go to our YouTube channel, a PHLB Radio YouTube channel, or you could log in easily to PHLB website, which is www.phlbradio.com. Yan, ang administrative that I have to make sure. Eventually, as we go on with our show, eventually, memorize na yan. So at least you are not in a loss, especially if you miss any of our shows. Today, maganda po yung topic natin. It is timely because a lot of people are going so much, especially with the pandemic and all. I think this is timely. There was 2 letters that I was deliberating or was wondering which one I should use. But I decided to do this one because I think it's so timely and I know it will hit a lot of people. Masyado pong malapit sa ating mga puso sa mga kanapan ngayon. We have so many questions within our midst. So ito po, maganda po. So I will be needing everyone's help again. So yung ating mga viewers and of course our listeners, mag-comment lang po kayo on the chat room. I'll read it on air. And if you also want to shout out, that's okay as well. So ang topic po natin or ang title natin for today, our letter sender or email sender is none other but was sent to me by Alan. Alan is the name we're gonna use just to kind of like hide his real identity and also the location. So we'll use Alan for tonight's episode. And this was an email sent to us. And I will be more than glad to discuss that with you. And again, yung nakikinig po, either audio or viewing us, I will be needing your help for your advice and your opinion. And the title of the episode today, Is It Okay to Be Okay? Or It's Okay to Be Okay? Question mark. So there's two versions. Is it okay to be okay? Is it okay not to be okay? Question mark. Or it's okay to be okay? Question mark. So ito po, we'll start na and hopefully you guys would be able, and I'll do a summary also to make it easier kasi medyo mahaba po yung letter niya. And it's again in Syntaglish, so it's really to understand naman po. Okay, sabi ni Alan, Hi, dear Kuya Jush, Ate Jen, good day to you, your viewers, and your listeners. Kasali po ako sa Team Replay sa mga shows mo dahil sa schedule ko at ganap sa buhay ko. Okay, just to segue a little bit, Team Replay po is what we kind of coin, label, those people who are not able to watch us live. And I know there's a lot of you, and a lot of you are also watching us on replay. So, and that's okay too. So we kind of like coined two teams, Team Replay and Team Live. So anyway, according to him, he's part of the Team Replay because he watched it during replay because of his schedule and things that are happening with his life. Masaya ako dahil nakikita ko na lumalaki ang mga nanonood sa mga shows mo. Maraming salamat. And marami akong natututunan sa mga storya, mga advices, at mga opinions mo ng mga viewers also and listeners mo. Gusto kong i-share ang kwento sa iyo with the intention na may mapulot na lessons or aral. Ako si Alan, 44 years old, matandang binata. By choice. Kuya Josh, maraming nangyari sa buhay ko. All my life, I dedicated my life to my family. Lahat-lahat binigay ko. Time, money, efforts, at kung ano-ano pa. In my eyes, I gave everything to the family na wala nang natira sa akin. Kuya Josh, I grew up with the notion na family is everything. Siguro, para sa karamihan, ito ay totoo or true, but sadly, hindi ito nag-a-apply sa akin. Bata pa lang ako, ay super silbi na ako sa family ko. Sa murang edad, taga-pamalengke na ako at tagalinis ng bahay namin. Kahit meron kaming katulong naman, pero ako pa rin ang laging nauutusan para mamalengke at maglinis ng bahay. Hindi ko alam ang dahilan ng nanay ko kung bakit sa aking tingin ay pinahihirapan ako. Kuya Josh, I will admit, I resented my life then. The good thing was I focused all my energy to be better. I was blessed to be with success-driven friends that influenced me to be better, to do well in school, and hopefully to do well in life. Twice, I contemplated to end my life. Buti na lang, napigilan ako ng best friend ko at that time noon. Siya ang naging support system ko during that time. Kahit mahirap, I did things all for the family. Lahat gagawin ko para sa pamilya. Naniniwala ako na lahat na ginawa ko ay para sa kanila. Kuya Josh, natapos ako ng commerce sa college. Nagtapos ako ng commerce sa college. Scholar ako kaya walang ginastos ang mga magulang ko sa akin, sa aking studies. I was lucky because I was able to do well professionally. Even now na may edad na ako, family ko pa rin ang priorities ko. Alam mo yon na naiisip pa lang nila ay binibigay ko na? From my youth to now, I felt obligated to fend for the family. So many sacrifices, so many heartaches that I had to endure for the family. Kuya Jush, something happened that in one occasion, I was made to realize that lahat ng ginawa ko ay no value to my parents and siblings. To hear and know about how they felt about my sacrifices, na wala silang pagpapahalaga na wala silang pagpapahalaga at walang halaga sa kanila. Siguro, it was my fault din kasi di ba it takes two to tango. I let them do it. I allow it to happen. Alam mo yun na sobrang mong gusto silang pasayahin, binigay mo ang lahat-lahat sa kanila na wala nang natira sa'yo. I did it kasi gusto kong maging isang mabuting anak at kapatid. Masakit lang na malaman mong wala lahat pala iyon sa kanila. They said, hindi nila hiningi ang mga iyon na binigay at tinulong ko. I never asked for any reciprocity. Walang strings attached, but sana kaunting pagpapahalaga lang at respeto at appreciation man lang. Matagal-tagal ko nang I kept these sad feelings inside of me. Honestly, it has affected me emotionally. Feeling ko nga parang magka-mental health issues ako. Kuya Jush, dami kong realization. Una, yung I can never please everybody. Na hindi kailangang ibigay ko ang lahat-lahat kahit kanino na wala nang natira sa'yo. You know what helped me move on? Prayers. You have said it before in some of your past shows. Prayers move mountains. Kaya kahit anong sakit ang nararamdaman ko, I just pray for acceptance. Tinatanggap ko na lang. If you see me, you will never suspect na di ako okay. Masayahin pa rin ako at laging nakatawa. Deep inside though, I'm dying. Emotionally, I'm dying. In the past weeks, I already accepted na whatever I do for the family, it would not matter. And it is okay. Tanggap ko na. This is in many ways wake-up call for me to love myself more. Siguro, I always thought of them first and myself last. I cannot blame anybody but myself. I let it happen to the point na emotionally I'm damaged. Like what I said earlier, it is okay. Tanggap ko na. In my heart, wala na akong sama ng loob or ill feeling sa kanila kahit kanino. Sabi mo nga, again, in one of your past shows, when you forgive, you free yourself. At nasa pagpapatawad ang iyong kapatawaran. I just think na may reasons for everything. Maraming nagugulat nga sa akin dahil I'm different na raw. Unlike in the past na patola ako or laging pamapatol sa mga issues. Ngayon, chill-chill lang ako at laging trust lang ako kay Lord Jesus. I just surrendered all my aches, all my questions, issues, and all of the concerns sa Kanya. Sabi mo rin nga before, sa iyong shows, with God, nothing is impossible. Yun ang pinangahawakan ko. Yun ang sinasapuso ko. So sa tanong ko, is it okay not to be okay? My answer is, it is okay not to be okay. Oo. because I know that everything will come to pass in His perfect time. Like what was said sa Jeremiah 29:11, and I quote, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and not and plan." Okay, ulit. "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I just need to trust Him more without any hesitations or doubts. Sana may lessons nakuha ang iyong viewers and listeners sa aking pinagdadaanan. Team Replay at nagpapasalamat, Alan. Nako, Alan, I was touched naman. Talagang may mga quotable quotes ka pa sa mga napanood mo o nakita mo sa shows. Unang-una, while I'm waiting for... si Emma Consul is watching from Carson, California. Hi, Emma. So kung narinig nyo, it's a story ni Alan na ang nagtanong sa atin ay, is it okay not to be okay? Kasi he's 44 years old now at by choice daw, he's a single old man, I guess. Single, never been married. Tapos, all his life, since he could remember, youth daw, siya na yung parang lahat ginagawa niya for the family. He want to make sure he's a pleaser. And I know most of us are like that. We please almost everybody until to the point na yung kay Alan kasi parang it made him realize na he cannot please everybody. Tapos parang narinig niya o nalaman niya na lahat ng ginawa niya for his family, it didn't really matter. Sinabi pa nga niya dun sa letter niya o sa email niya na parang when there was a discussion na parang hindi pinahalagahan the things that he did for the family or has been doing, it didn't matter. So he's not really asking now for any reciprocity. He just want na pahalagahan or i-acknowledge or yung parang na ma-acknowledge or hindi naman siguro, wag nang swing sa touch sabi niya. So yun ang inaano niya. At the same time, luckily, it was not really clear and I tried to summarize it as much as I can. It seems like growing up, parang siya yung nauutusan to do to go to the market, the palengke, and also to clean the house even though they have maids. Hindi clear dun sa letter mo, Alan, why it was as such. And you said you had a hard life that it got to the point that twice you contemplated to end it. But luckily you were associated with success driven friends. Those are important sa iyo at sa kahit na sino. And we'll touch on that in a minute. Also, sinabi mo nga na now may realization ka na magtira ka para sa sarili mo na sabi mo nga ang what made you realize and what made you to move on are two things. One, you became prayerful because narinig mo nga in one of the discussion natin na prayers really can move mountain, and it has moved mountain and it's still moving mountains. At the same time, forgiveness is not for the other person, but it is to free yourself. Natutuwa ako at doon sa pakikinig mo sa munting show na ito, may nakukuha kang tidbits na nagagamit mo sa iyong life. At natutuwa ako na ito ay coming not only from myself, but also from the listeners and viewers. Even I was telling some good friends recently that with this particular show, Dear Kuya Jush, Ate Jen, I'm learning a lot. It's opening a lot of ideas, new opinions on life, tidbits of wisdom, kumbaga, that I could normally refer back and I know you guys are getting that as well. Ang sabi mo nga to your question, is it okay not to be okay? And your answer is oo. And I believe that as well, especially with all the things that is happening in today's society with the pandemic and with a lot of emotional, intellectual, as well as financial things and challenges that's happening to everyone. Okay, now, isa-isay natin. Firstly, I really appreciate the fact that you're showing that, and I'm hoping yung ating team replay and team live will get more lessons and matuto sa'yo as well. Ako talaga, I am so touched and humbled na you are binabalik mo yung mga things na narinig mo sa ating show. I am so honored na talagang nakikinig ka at mukhang you are one of our followers at maraming salamat for that. Now, I'd like to touch also on this success-driven friends. Alam mo, and I would like to share with everybody, talagang importante, like what I said earlier, I had a good discussion kasi a friend of mine who's reaching the golden age was telling me the other day in a discussion na yung kaibigan niya, it used to be ang dami. Pero ngayong approaching na siya sa golden years niya, 50 years old, it seems like nasa dalawang kamay na lang yung mga kaibigan niya. It's not because they died, but kumbaga na-weed out yung mga importante. Adele Ordinario just came in. Hi, Adele. Good evening, sabi niya. Good evening, everyone. So, pag the moment kasi na, sabi ko nga doon sa friend ko, sabi ko, I agree with that, and my dad said that as well. As we all age, when we're younger, we have gazillions of friends. Ang dami nating mga kaibigan. Pero, nahahati yan eh. Nahahati, o kumbaga, nasasala, not by choice, but as you age, as you mature, you tend to gravitate yung mga talagang totoong kaibigan. And I mind you, we could have so many friends, pero mabibilang mo lang talaga and people who are watching us right now that's saying na, hindi, ako marami pa rin siyang kaibigan. Just wait, because as you age, as you mature in life, nasasala yan. Makikita mo talaga yung kaibigan when you're just for fun, kaibigan na masaya lang kasama when you go on trips and holidays. Pero may mga friends talaga na they're here to stay. That they're here, parang they will bite the bullet for you. They will have, sabi nga, they will have your back. Diba? Parang no judgment, basta listening ear. At talagang, even I would tell you, I could count in my 10 fingers how many these friends are. And the rest, they're still friends, but they are not that inner circle, kumbaga, yung talagang na walang judgment. Whatever I tell them, nakakonfine lang yon. I don't know yung mga nakikinig sa inyo kung you have the same experience as my friend who's turning 50, advance happy birthday, as well as my experience when it comes to friendship. Sabi ni Adele Ordinario, before I continue, sabi ni Adele Ordinario, hi Josh Andowit, hi Kuya Johan. Si Alexander Francisco, hello Alexander, I know you're watching from Quezon City, and good day to you and happy viewing. Sabi niya, it's okay not to be okay kasi di naman sa lahat ng oras magpapanggap tayo na okay. Kahit hindi naman talaga tayo okay. Minsan, kailangan din natin tanggapin na nasasaktan din tayo para ma-release yung ding di magandang pakiramdam natin. Okay? Sorry medyo barok-barok yung pagkatagalog ko today. It's okay not to be okay kasi di naman sa lahat ng oras mapapanggap tayo na okay tayo. Kahit hindi naman talaga tayo okay. Minsan, kailangan din nating tanggapin na sasaktan din tayo para ma-release yung di magandang pakiramdam natin. I agree, di ba? Parang hindi naman lahat happy-happy, and yun nga yung sabi nga, that's the spice of life, that may ups, may downs, merong mga high, may nadir at may apex. O may high point, may low point. Pero one thing na I know for experience, and I know with all my friends, if you're going through so much challenges, hardship, whether emotional, intellectual, lalo na financial, it is pretty guaranteed what things are down will go up. Anything that's up, there's always a possibility. Sabi nga, ang buhay daw ay gulong. Di ba? We always hear that from our parents growing up, gulong ng palad. Sometimes nasa taas, minsan nasa baba. And you always hope na you enjoy the process. You enjoy every minute of it. Because life is short, especially what we have said and we have agreed time and time again. Life, especially after the pandemic, ang daming demise, ang daming mga kaibigan natin na nawala na in our midst simply because of the sickness, the virus, or other things na, especially yung stress na yan, it's one of the killer. And I just read something today that 90% cause of other sicknesses is none other than stress. Kasi yung stress daw, it releases this chemical inside our body if you're stressed, and it affects a lot of our organs na talagang nagiging part ng sickness natin, naging sanhi, cause ng mga karamdaman o ailment. Okay, now, while we're waiting for other comments and advice and opinion, yung kaibigan kasi it's very important, regardless of your age, regardless of your status. Kasi malalaman mo yung kaibigan mo talaga, yung mga tunang kaibigan, hindi lang in times of need or hindi lang in times of joyful celebrations, but you would know ang tunay na, at least for me, ang tunay na kaibigan are friends who are able to tell it to your face. Kung ano yung what's working, what's not working, we will tell you confidentially, kayo lang, na sasabihin sa'yo what's wrong with you, what's doing well. Kumbaga, i-uplift ka dahil you're doing well. At the same time, constructively criticize ka to make you a better person. For me, that's my measure of friends. Kasi may mga kaibigan tayo, and I know that, and I know the listeners and those people who will be watching that or this show later as a replay, we have friends na all they do is patronize us. Kahit na eventually we know in our hearts that mali yung ginagawa mo, wala, sige pa rin, parang hello, sige, pinapatronize ka, ina-uplift ka nila. To me, that's questionable. Are they praising you even though mali yung pinagagawa mo simply because may kailangan siya sa'yo? A true friend will tell you things straightforward. A true friend would be able, regardless kung magalit ka, mainis ka, awayin mo siya, magtampo sa'yo, at least you are able to tell the truth about what's happening to your friend. Okay? Now, ang maganda yung nangyari kay Alan. Kasi yung kay Alan, itong friend niya was able to kumbaga yung group niya doon sa pag-aaral niya was able to kumbaga motivate him to do well, sabi nga niya to be better. Tapos ang maganda rin, meron din siyang naging siguro very close friend na sabi nga niya because of yung emotional na pinagdadaan niya during his early years, parang it already built up to the point that he said twice he contemplated of ending his life. Okay, that, Alan, I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm glad that you didn't push through to that. Committing that act of suicide or killing yourself is not an answer. Sabi nga, running away from problems, it's not a solution. Running away by killing yourself, you think it ends all. What you need to understand, and it's very, very important, and I hopefully later mahanap ni Johan, the owner of PHLB Radio, yung suicide hotline, especially if you're watching us from the States, you could always call a number, especially if you're having that anxiety or emotional distress, because it is important. Ending your life is not a solution. what you need to understand is you think everything would be solved by killing yourself. It is not, because what you don't understand, the effect on that on the people you will leave behind. Your parents, your friends, your significant others, mas maraming problema because there will be a feeling of emptiness, a feeling of magkakasisihan, a feeling of guilt kung meron man sa mga naiwan. Maybe you thought na ending your life, especially yung mga tao ngayon na may mga emotional as well as financial stress. Think about it. You thought it's a solution during when nag-iisip ka to end it all. It is not. Mas malaking magiging problema mo. Yan, suicide prevention lifeline, sabi nga. Okay, so it is important if you're watching from in the States, we have this number. It's being flashed on the screen. Suicide prevention lifeline. It's 1-800-273-8255. And we really, really recommend to talk to someone. If you're too afraid to talk to your parents, to your friends, call a social worker. If you're Catholic, Christian, you could go to a priest, you could go to a pastor. You talk it out. That is the most important thing, is to talk it out. Kasi nabibuild up yung negative feeling. And sometimes, sabi nga nila, when you are bombarded with so many negativity in your life, nakakaisip ka ng hindi maganda. And you need another person. That's why itong show na to, this was created for that. Kasi sometimes it is really helpful to talk to a stranger, because why? In a way, they're objective, and this way, definitely walang judgment. Kasi most of the people that I talk to, sometimes they're too afraid to talk to even their friends or to tell their deepest secret, simply because baka raw pumalat, baka machismis, baka marites, baka matolits. And normally, di ba? And I've seen that sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger. Kasi stranger, hindi kanya i-judge. Hindi kanya, wala siyang vested interest kung ano yung nangyayari sa'yo other than to help you and to listen. At ako, feeling ko kasi majority of the people, especially now, communication is key in any relationship. At the same time, we need to listen. Di ba? Kailangan importante makinig tayo. At gusto lang talaga ng marami sa atin ang mapakinggan ng ating mga concerns, mga issues, mga problems. We just need another person to listen. And sometimes when we talk it out, when you talk about your problems, your issues, your concern, it makes you feel better na ilabas mo. And sometimes you have to cry a river if you have to. I do that. I mean, there are days na talagang out of the blue, I'm watching a movie, I'm hearing songs, I will remember things that happened in the past, and I would just cry. Ang maganda kasi dun that's why, Alan, it is so important, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, na ang nagsalba sa kanya is a friend na talagang naging support system niya. Okay, continue tayo. Si Alexander Francisco, sabi niya, pag pagod ka, pwede ka namang magpahinga. Okay? Pag nasasaktan ka, pwede kang umiyak. I agree. And it's okay to take a break. Pag okay ka na, simulan mo uli ang bagong araw na nag-aantay sa'yo. Absolutely, Alexander Francisco, you hit that right on the money. Talagang you hit it on the spot. It's okay na mapagod. It is okay na magreklamo. It is okay na magalit. Because we are human, and this is part of human emotions. Tapos sabi nga niya, ang gusto ko to, pag nagsaktan ka, pwede kang umiyak. Don't bottle it up. Kasi sasabog ka. Kung may karelasyon ka, may asawa ka, meron kang best friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, at meron kang hinanaing, tell this person, if you have to cry, if it's a broken relationship, cry it out. Sabi ko nga earlier, cry it a river. Okay? Tapos sabi niya, gusto ko to, and it's okay to take a break. Totoo yan. Sometimes that's what we needed. That's why sometimes, di ba, may naririnig tayo sa mga kaibigan, I need to go to a certain place, away from it all. Especially I have friends na may mga anak, and the kids are getting to them emotionally, physically, and of course, it's hurting them financially kasi balik na sa school, marami na uling gastusin, especially if you are residing in the Philippines. So, maraming mga ganap ngayon sa buhay-buhay. So, a lot of times, you just need what they call a me time. Yung me time, yung parang either ikaw lang, either you go to a certain place, maybe you watch a movie by yourself, you watch something na, o punta ka lang ng park, or some of us, we go to the church, you go to the adoration chapel, or you just sit down. Kahit nga sa mall Ako, if you know me, most of the time I just go to a mall, not to shop. I just look for a place and people watch ako. And that makes me happy because we don't know the journey that these people are going through. And just by looking at these people, it reminds me of ako lang. It reminds me of progress na pag family, and I've seen them na they hold each other, or they're eating outside, or just walking, or mga group of friends na they're laughing. It gives you that idea, or at least it gives me an idea na life is not, it could not be that bad. Alam mo yon, hindi siya ganoon ka depressing na parang weather lang, nagkataon lang na at this moment, in this point of time, you're going through some challenges, that you're going through some problems. At ang maganda sa sinabi nga ni Alan, he believes that everything will come to pass. At yun naman ang ginagaranti sa atin ng Panginoon, ng ni Lord, or whoever you are adoring, at kung sino yung regardless of your religion and your belief, laging isipin mo, itong problema na to, yung pinagdadaanan mo, it will come to pass. Hindi siya permanent. Diba? The only permanent in life is change. Okay? I don't believe na merong permanent talaga Everything is temporary. Whether your problems, lahat yan merong katapusan, may beginning, may end. Pero the only, in my mind, and this is what I can share with you, the only thing that is permanent is change. Okay? Yun lang. Okay? Now, ang maganda rin na sa sinabi niya, yung mga quotable quotes niya. Sabi niya na he's okay, and he's okay to be not okay, at natanggap na niya. Alam mo, importante yun. I always tell people na kahit ano yung pinagdadaanan mo, like what I said, relations, problems, jobs, insecurities, always remember, these are temporary. Eventually, give it some time. You will laugh about it. You go back. May mga friends ako, even ako, we go through some challenges in life. I always call it challenges kasi it could be anything else. Pero a month from today, 6 months from today, a year from today, you tend to laugh at it simply because during that time, parang ito na, parang guguho na yung mundo mo, parang everything will fall apart. Ito na, parang wall of Jericho na magko-collapse na lang. Then, all of a sudden, by trusting, sabi nga ni Alan, and I will quote that, you just have to trust na i-trust mo lang yung Panginoon o yung supreme being na ina-adore mo at pinaniniwalaan mo at sinasamba mo, and i-put mo lang yung complete trust mo sa Kanya, paniwalaan mo lang, no hesitation, at alam mo yung claim mo nga I always tell people, when you pray, you claim it at magpasalamat ka. Yun ang natutunan ko dito. Kasi before, like what I mentioned to you, you've been following and been listening to us. I tend to, dati when I pray, hiling agad agad prayer request, kumbaga. And one of the topics of our shows in the past, na-mention yan about prayers. And one of our viewers and listeners, sabi niya, when you pray, magpasalamat ka muna. That's the first thing. Pray that you woke up, considering na pwede nang hindi ka nagising. Then another, natawa ko, and sabi nga nila, a commentator, an artist, had always said that in his show na when you wake up, it is already in itself a blessing. Ang sabi niya in Tagalog, sabi niya, the mere fact na nagising ka, bawat pagising is a blessing. Okay? Ibig sabihin, meron ka pang mission, meron pang kang role na gagampanan sa mundo, not only for yourself, but definitely it will affect or it will be a mission towards other people. So yun ang paniwalaan mo. And be grateful. Bago ka, kasi isipin mo na lang, di ba? Pwede namang hindi ka na nagising this morning. But the mere fact that the Supreme Being, the good Lord, Jesus woke you up, that is already in itself a blessing. Naginising ka dahil may mission ka pang hindi tatapos. There's still work that you need to do for others. Okay, not only for yourself, but definitely for others. Kasi as what people are saying, the blessing is part of that. When you wake up in the morning, in itself, it's a blessing, and you need to understand na marami ka pang pwedeng ibigay sa mundo. There's gifts that you could share with the world. Okay? Dagdag pa ni Alexander. Aba, masipag si Alexander today. Sabi ni Alexander, you don't need to try so hard to you don't need to be so hard to yourself. Just relax and remember it's okay not to be okay. Kaya nga, tama si Alexander, ito-connect ko lang kay Alan. Alan said kasi, right now, chill-chill lang siya. Chill-chill lang siya at natanggap na niya. Firstly, balikan din natin sinabi niya. Kasi si Alan, all this time, lahat binibigay niya sa family niya. There's nothing wrong with that. Sabi nga, family is life, family is forever. Yun ang ginagamit ng network na walang prangkistang network na ABS-CBN. Naging motto nila, life, family is forever. Yun ang kanilang naging jingle or naging kanilang hashtag during one of the Christmas season. And really, it hits home. Or actually, the first one I think they use is family is love. And it's true, family is love. Ang pamilya ay pag-ibig. And for the second year, their hashtag was family is forever. Meaning, ang pamilya ay panghabang buhay. So, I'd like to comment on those kay Alan para malinaw. What Alan was saying that lahat ginawa niya for his family. Lahat. Efforts, money, tapos kung ano-ano pa, lahat binigay niya. Okay? Wala siyang tinitira sa kanya para sa sarili niya. Binigay niya sa magulang niya, binigay sa kapatid niya. Pero hindi na pahalagahan yung mga nagawa niya. Hindi siya nagsasabi na sinusumbat niya, but what he's saying is nasasaktan siya kasi parang hindi na-appreciate. There was no appreciation sa mga ginawa niya. First, Alan, itong masasabi ko, and I'd like to share this with everybody. When you give, whether your family, your friends, or your significant other, your husband, your lover, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, magtitira ka ng sayo. You don't give everything of yours sa kanila. Lagi ka magtitila a little bit for you. Kumbaga, wag OA na wala nang natira sa'yo. Kasi, what if something, a rainy day came into the picture? Pag wala ka natira at nabigay mo na lahat, saan ka pupulot? So it's always, sabi nga, save for the rainy day. Doon lumalabas yung maxim na hindi dapat lahat, todo-todo. A good example nga, meron akong isang kaibigan na parang naramdaman na niya na masyado na siyang nasasakal sa pagtulong sa kanyang pamilya. What she did was nag-bail out siya at she called it tough love. Kasi nga, kung nakaasa na sa kanya lahat at meron namang ability na gumawa ng paraan yung mga members of the family, pero dahil nga siya yung nakakaangat, siya yung meron, lahat sila nakasahod, nasa dole-out mentality na instead of mag-isip on how to survive life, on how to do better, how to fend for their own, what they do is nakasahod, meaning nag-iintay na lang ng grasya. So my friend got tired of that kasi wala nang natitira sa kanya. Emotionally, she's drained. Financially, she's about to be drained. So what she did was she bailed out. Parang she left the state of California and went to another state and built a new life for herself, not forgetting his family or her family, but nahalata tuloy yung kanyang yung baka mabuking yung kaibigan ko. Ginagamitan ko kasi ng ibang pronoun. So para hindi malaman yung identity niya at hindi rin siya magalit sa akin. So ang ginawa niya, lumipat siya. She went to a different state, but of course not forgetting her family, pero tinigil niya yung sobrang pagbibigay ng tulong na financial or financial aid to the family itself, at para ma-realize nila hindi habang panahon nakasandal sila sa kanya. And now things are better. After some time, nakita niya na dahil wala nang maasahan sa kanya, instead of giving everything to them, defend for everybody, ginawa niya is a little help here for them to survive, at na-realize naman ng other members of the family, including her parents, na gumawa rin ng paraan, be resourceful, and they did something nice, and nag-online selling, tapos nagawa ng yung mga catering. So things, sabi nga, when pushed to shove, as a nation, we rise to the occasion. Yun nga lang, kailangan, kumbaga, sabi nga, you need to put fire up your behind para kumilos. At yun ang maganda naman for doing tough love. So we'll have that discussion intensively in the next future, lalo pag naisip natin o meron tayong letter na i-connect natin sa tough love. Okay, dagdag pa ni Alexander. Oh, Alexander, thank you. Sabi ni Alexander, a Proverb 3, verse 5 to 6. And I'll read. Sabi niya, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Maganda tong passage na to, at saka ginawa na to. This is part of a song of Gary Valenciano. I think this is Lead Me Lord, yung sabi niya, trust with all your heart and not lead with all your understanding. I-trust mo kay Lord. At yun ang sinabi rin ni Alan, kaya he was able to move on. He was able to break free. Yung feeling, wala siyang ill feeling, wala siyang hatred sa pamilya o sa significant others niya, simply because na-accept niya. At the same time, lahat itinrust niya, sinurrender niya. A lot of us, including I, mabisa yan pag nag-total surrender ka, kung ano man yung pinagdaanan mo. Surrender lang. But surrender doesn't mean you're defeated. No, surrender meaning you're giving it to someone higher than yourself. Sino-surrender mo na, hey, wala na sa aking control ito. Mas makontrol ito ng higher than you. Surrender doesn't mean that you gave up. Surrender doesn't mean that wala ng hope, na hindi ka na umaasa. What surrender means is you're putting your full trust in the person, in the Supreme Being, bigger than yourself. Kasi, sabi nga, you alone, hindi mo kaya yan. You need help. You need assistance. At who could better help you, who could better solve that issues, concern, or challenge, or challenges, other than the Supreme Being. Regardless of your religion, there's always someone bigger or more supreme than you, than us. Okay? Now, Catherine Cruz is watching. Catherine Cruz, of course, is the wife of the former Consul General of Los Angeles. And currently, Conjen Adele Cruz is now the Chief Presidential Head of Protocol, or Chief of Presidential Protocol, and Presidential Advisor for Foreign Affairs. So we've said that time and time again. Definitely next Friday, I will show you. I was privileged through the Malacanang website. Papakita po natin. We will show his oath taking. Nakakataba ng puso, especially those people listening us or listening listening. Hello, pumapalpak na. Listening from Los Angeles or in different parts of the Pacific where Congen General Adel Cruz used to serve. So nakaka-proud po because now he was given that opportunity. It's 1 in a million yung kanyang position. And it's not a walk in the park. It's not an appointee. Ang ganda, but definitely we'll talk about it. And hopefully one of this time, we'll try to guest him and we'll pick his brain. And maybe he could talk about yung ano ba talaga ang duties and responsibility ng current position niya. And how important it is in the two organizations of the Marcos administration. Okay. Sabi pa ni Adele, si Adele naman to, sabi ni Adele, pag nagbigay ka or help, you don't expect for something in return. So true, I agree. I help, meaning tulong na may expectation, na may balik, you can call that tulong or help. Tama. Okay. Expectation, may kasamang hurt yan pag hindi nangyari yung iniisip mong balik sa'yo sa ginawa mo. Pray na lang na whatever you did really helped that person. I like that. Tama yun, Adele. I agree. Pag nagbigay ka, no strings attached. Huwag kang umasa na ibabalik sa'yo. Sabi nga niya, kasi masasaktan ka lang if you have expectation, sabi ni Adele. And pag may expectation ka, hindi tulong yon. You cannot call it tulong. It's called like vested interest. You're building utang na loob to that other person. So I agree with you 100%. Sabi din ni Adele, continue pa niya, expectation, may kasamang hurt yan. Pag hindi nangyari yung iniisip mong balik sa'yo sa ginawa mo. Correct. Kaya nga importante, pag tumulong ka, it's yung sa kaibuturan. It's from the innermost being na talaga yung tulong was tulong at walang advantage to yourself at sabing pang tutulungan ko tong si friend A para may utang na loob siya sa akin. Pag ginawa mo yon, hindi tulong yun. Kumbaga, what you're doing is you're putting vested interest. Naglalagay ka ng investment dun sa tao na yon kasi alam mong may hihilingin ka, may hihingiin ka, meron kang kailangan sa tao na yon. A true essence of helping is you're helping because you know that help that you extend to that person generally would be able to make that person better o yung tulong talaga is innately pure. Walang strings attached, walang inaasahang babalik sa'yo in any form. Kasi ang paniniwala ko, when you help one person, hindi yung tao na yun ang tutulong sa'yo. Hindi yung tao na yon ang magbabalik ng tulong sa'yo kasi as we all live in this earth, I always believe darating ang panahon, ikaw naman ang mangangailangan ng tulong. Ikaw naman ang mag-iintay na may tutulong sa'yo at maasang ibang tao ang magbabalik ng tulong na ginawa mo sa ibang tao. Don't expect the same person will help you kasi like what Adele was saying, madi-disappoint ka lang. Masasaktan ka lang if there's some expectation. O, diba? Right on, sabi ni Adele Ordinario. Correct. And I agree with that 100%. Okay, now, balik tayo kay Alan. Yun din ang sinabi ni Alan. Ang ganda, Alan. Tapos, again, yung mga quotable quotes mo, sabi nga niya, nasa forgiveness, sabi niya, na narinig niya sa atin, sa ating mga listeners at dito sa station na to, forgiveness is freeing yourself. Totoo yan. Pag nagpatawad ka, hindi na kailangan pupunta ka ba doon sa kapit yung sa nakaaway mo na parang, oy, Chong, patawad na kita. You could forgive that person. Paano kung wala yung tao na nasa ibang lugar, hindi mo na makontak, matagal na. Basta if you forgive, na talagang forgiveness at wala ka ng hurt, it's so easy because you're freeing yourself. Sabi nga, pag meron kang, napag-usapan na natin to in some past shows, habang may kiniking kang galit, habang meron kang galit, meron kang sama ng loob, nabablake ang puso mo. And when your heart is filled with anger, with pain, hindi makapasok ang Holy Spirit to make yourself better. At doon at the same time, 'di ba, pag ang dami mong dinadalang hinanaing, ang dami mong dinadalang sama ng loob towards other people, towards life, towards your job, your boss, hindi makahinga. At the same time, it triggers na i-stress ka. And that stress can build up and create or cause other sickness na diabetes. And these are studies that were made. It's diabetes, cancer, kasi yung stress mo, lumalabas yan. Like what we said earlier today, nagkakaroon ng ibang chemical effects sa katawan mo. Yun. So, going back yung original na tanong niya, is it okay to be okay, not to be okay? I agree. Ako, pareho tayo. And I agree, like sinabi nga ni Alexander, it's okay not to be okay. If you need to take a break, if you need to go away temporarily, go do it. Kung nasasakit ka, umiyak ka, kung nahihirapan ka, magpahinga ka, kung napapagod ka, take a break. Go places. Those are things, little things that could alleviate your pain na pinagdadaanan mo. So going back, is it okay not to be okay? Ako, you guys, it is okay not to be okay. Kasi walang guarantee ang buhay na lagi kang okay. As we live in this life, as we go on with living, as we go through the subject of life, laging may mga challenges, may successes, may failures, may tawag doon, merong negative answer, may positive answer, at merong rejection, may acceptance. Kasi yun ang kagandahan nga ng buhay. This makes life more interesting para may ups, may downs, may peak, merong nadir, may apex. Apex is highest, nadir is lowest. So yun ang kagandahan ng buhay. And all these things happening to you, to all of us, will make us a well-rounded person, well-adjusted person, and we surrounded ourselves with positive people. Sabi nga, let's be positive with our outlooks, with our insights, with our friends, pero let's not be positive when it comes to COVID. Sabi nga, leave negativity. And right now, alam ko, I have lots of friends who are avoiding negative people, yung tinatawag nating ex-friends or energy suckers. And I know you guys will agree with me, may mga kaibigan tayo na ang taas ng level ng happiness natin, you were very euphoric, pero pagkausap natin yung tao na yun, parang pasan niya yung daigdig, that after that, nasasak yung nakukuha yung energy natin, positive energy natin. At after that conversation, after that yung pagsasama nyo, yung lumabas kayo, parang you're so drained with energy. Tapos hindi ka na naging positive. Parang na-imbibe mo na yung kanyang negativity. So, yun ang try ng marami, including myself, na as much that I love them, as much that I care for them, pag alam kong nakaka-negative vibes na sa akin, I try not to be around them as much. I'm not gonna unfriend them on Facebook, or I'm not gonna unfollow them. They're still my friends, but I'd rather pick a time, siguro not right now when they're being negative. Okay, klaro lang before we end, what it means is, hindi nyo iniiwasan yun dahil negative sila. Hindi nyo ina-unfollow dahil masamang kaibigan sila. No, what I'm saying is, as long na alam mo na hindi ka maapekto ng kanilang negativity, that's okay. Okay? It's just sometimes kasi pag medyo volatile ka, medyo ikaw rin nagiging marami ka rin pinagdadaanan, tapos nakakadagdag pa yung negativism ng kaibigan mo, that's not gonna be hurt. That's not gonna be helpful to you. It's gonna hurt you more than it would help you. Kaya nga, di ba, mas masaya when you are out with friends, chill lang. I mean, you talk about positive things. Sabi ko, when you wake up in the morning, not only you need to be grateful about being alive, you just think of the things, be grateful of the things that's within you. Huwag mo na isipin yung wala sa'yo. Huwag mo na isipin what could, what should, what ought to be. But isipin mo and be grateful of what you have. Yun lang. Okay, sabi ni Adele, ito yung comment niya. Adele said, that stress, not only sickness, sumisingit ka at susungit ka at papangit ang aura mo, ang palaya. Ay, nako, totoo yan. I was just talking to a dermatologist friend of mine today. Sabi nga, yung stress talaga, kaya nga marami nagpapa-botox, marami maganda ngayon kasi nga, yung stress daw can create more lines. Not only maputing buhok, which we all eventually would have, at nakakapangit, nakaka-dry ng skin. At sabi nga, sabi nga ni Adele, nakakaampalaya. So, di ba? So Alan, okay, before we end, again, nagpapasalamat ako sa iyo at you trust us and I'm hoping yung mga team live natin at saka team replay would have picked up some lessons, would have picked up some of the things you shared at sana nakapulutan nyo ng aral. And I'd like to take this opportunity, part of being grateful for all you guys for telling other people to watch our shows, not only the replay, but also especially the live. At yung pag-share nyo po, it means a lot to us dahil dumadami po talaga yung mga new people, new listeners, no viewers. I'm getting text message na you guys are enjoying the show. We are here not only to entertain, but also to impart some tidbits of information, tidbits of wisdom na sana lahat tayo kapulutan ng aral. At they said nga, we take the good, we learn the bad, and we only practice what really applies to our life because at the end of the day, it's your life and it's your life to live. Mas maganda lang na nakakarinig tayo ng iba-ibang opinion, iba-ibang pananaw, views on the issues or the predicament that you have or you're going through. Okay? So again, Alan, maraming salamat at pray lang. Sabi mo nga, prayers do move mountains. At totoo yan. At napulot mo rin yan daw dito. So yun, nakakatuwa naman. At not only sila Alan at marami pang ibang nakikinig ay natutuwa sa mga little things na mga nuggets of wisdom na mga nare-repeat nila at nagagamit nila on their daily lives. So maraming salamat. So before we close, maraming salamat for those people who watched the show with our special guest yesterday. It's Miss Ivy Violan. So I was very impressed at marami po talaga nag-share at marami pang nanonood as we continue. Those people who missed it, I would want you and invite you to watch that kasi marami pong things revealed at marami pong tayong mapupulutan sa mga shinare ni Miss Ivy Violan. Okay, now, those people who would be listening or watching the replay, happy viewing po sa inyo. Hopefully, I'll see you during live. But you have a wonderful week, whatever is left of the week. And I am hoping and praying for a wonderful week next week. Kaya grabe, next week, September na. Bear na. Darating na naman si Jose Marichan with his Christmas songs. And as we all know, especially us Filipinos or Filipino-Americans, Christmas in the Philippines starts September 1st. Doon yung maririnig ako. Once the bear month starts, ano na yung Pasko na yun. So yun, sabi ni Adele, thanks and same to you too. Adele, maraming salamat. One of these days, pag maganda yung topic natin, definitely gusto kitang mag-co-host. I think it will be a riot to see you. And for other people, kasi you're always a supporter of these shows and you've always been a supportive of mine regardless of the endeavors or anything that I do for the community. Maraming salamat for your support. So before I end the show, like any shows na nagko-close, simple lang po ang lagi kong sinasabi and it gets harder and harder as we walk through life. Be kind. You can never go wrong with kindness. And whatever act of kindness that you do to people, it will come back to you in different forms and in different times. And with that, maraming salamat po. God bless us all. And you have a fantastic, phenomenal, beautiful, and safe next week to everybody. Enjoy the whole week. God bless us all. Maraming salamat po for listening and for being here with us sa Dear Kuya Jush and Ate Jen. Hello and goodbye. See you. See you until next time.